my view on it is even remembering kind of from the public side that there were people who didn't smoke who were impacted by smoking, and they really took to having a voice and saying something publicly about things like, you know, smoke being in planes and being in a bar and having smoke everywhere and it being kind of gross, and knowing that there was no change. You know, even consumers who didn't want it weren't able to have bars where there was no smoking. So it took government intervention for that to happen. So I think those who, the kind of researchers and who were lobbying for certain kinds of legislation like that had the public support. I think in alcohol, it seems to be less grasping that there are people out there who are affected by alcohol, or you know, those who are addicted to alcohol, and yet they're not the ones drinking like this, and they would welcome government intervention because it's not happening in the private sector. It's not changing, and so somebody walking down the street on a Friday night is impacted by those consuming too much alcohol. And if you get their voice, if you capture that, I think you will see some results the way you did in tobacco. Maybe the message hasn't been so focused on what it is that the alcohol people want. So the tobacco people wanted it out of places where those who were not consuming, they didn't want it, they didn't purchase it. And so on the alcohol side, there's been these policies that are less understood, so I changed the price. Well, then what happens all over the place? But it's a clear message in tobacco of take it out from where I am consuming. It's really easy, you know, to make that happen, and it's well understood. I think with alcohol, the policy message has to be clear cut, and I think you might see some change that way.